am once again searching for a non-queer response to the lyrics on this album. Maybe I'm too queer, but I know why I would sing something like that. Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm built to listen to this whole album. Hi, Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we're getting into Twice. This is for album part 2. I'm so excited. Like, the beginning of this album already has me completely under its spell, which is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. So much of my life for the next foreseeable future is going to be listening to this album on repeat. But until I listen to the whole thing, that can't happen. So we are here for another 4 songs. We're getting into some of the units. I don't know if I'm prepared, honestly. I feel like the units are gonna take me out more than this album already has, but what a way to go, right? Peach Gelato. Now, I was gonna make some kind of comment about how I feel about Peach Gelato, but then I thought this might be a metaphor for something, and I don't want to agree to anything before I understand the full context of what I'm about to wander into. So, also, I don't know how I'm supposed to pay attention to anything that's happening in this song if y'all are looking like this. These photos, am I right? I think we all had a moment when this photo shoot came out. Anyway, song. Ooh. Okay, acoustic guitar.
It's on tonight. Okay, she came from outer state. What's up with your astrology? That body out of space. You like my style to shade. I bet you wanna change. You smile, you got you shining like there's diamonds on your face.
Wait. Okay, first off, what do you mean she came from out of state? Y'all from Korea. But what's up with your astrology? That body out of space? What? Okay. I'm fine. I'm cool. The bounce already to the cadences. I'm fine. Is peach gonna mean something else? All right. All right.
It's on tonight. Okay, she came from outer state. What's up with your astrology? That body out of space. You like my style to shade.
I love that.
But you wanna change. You smile, you got you shining like there's diamonds on your face. And that's the thing shade that I hit the lotto. Can be so sweet like a peach gelato. I can see me in your head tomorrow. Ooh, you know what I wanna do.
Okay, before we deal with that, I like your style touche. That's cute. That's a cute line. I am once again searching for a non-queer response to the lyrics on this album. I'm finding it because I don't know how else to interpret the lyrics of, we're talking about peaches, and I was like, does that mean something else? And then you say, when I saw that thing shake. Dripping so sweet, like anything, is like a lot for you to throw at me. I'm fine. Maybe I'm the problem, which is probably true. I just think that's an interesting lyric. I already had a moment with This Is For, and I was looking at other people's reactions because I was like, is anyone else gonna look at this lyric the way that I'm looking at it? I didn't say it in my video because I'm like, maybe I'm the problem. And no one else has said anything, and maybe I am the problem. But the lyric that Sui sings in This Is For, of my girls make it rain confetti, sweet on your tongue, and I was like, pause. Right? And I haven't seen anyone else be like, hang on a gosh darn minute. What on whose tongue now? Am I just too queer? Because I know what I would mean if I sang those lyrics. Same with this. I'm like, maybe I'm too queer. But I know why I would sing something like that. I'm just saying.
Out of space, you like my style to shade. I bet you wanna change. You smile, you got you shining like there's diamonds on your face. And that's the thing shade that I hit the lotto. Can be so sweet like
It's a wild lyric.
I can see me in your head tomorrow. Ooh, you know what I wanna do.
I like the elongated rhyme.
With you again, you again, ride it out, walk it down, walk it back, yeah. Can I dance with you again, run it out, walk it down, walk it back, yeah. When you slide to the left, to the right, one more time, do you think, do it twice? Can I dance with you again, run it up, walk it down, walk it back, yeah.
Okay, first, I like that we're gonna be getting a bunch of different people singing. I do like the kind of talking about the different, like, dance, right? Like, walking down and, like, left, right, all that stuff. And I think it's really fun to have this after the last song, Right Hand Girl, which was also about, like, dancing and losing yourself and forgetting about the world, right? It was about, like, whatever it is that's bothering you, just leave it and let's go dancing, let's have some fun, let's just have a girls' night or whatever, without having to worry about the rest of the world existing. And I like that this is carrying forward that, like, dance motif again, but it's can I dance with you again right after a song that's talking about dancing. And I love that it's got this like acoustic guitar. It's a little bit more like less of that dance like club beat, and it's more of this kind of more acoustic sounding. There's obviously lots of other stuff going on like production wise, but it has a little bit more like sincerity and more like candid feeling to it, like that like club kind of dance beat that we got in Right Hand Girl. This is more about like dancing just because when you're like going through your life, like I just want to have a moment of like candidness with this other person without getting into what some of the lyrics may mean. It's a fun bright sound too.
I'm just getting started, I can't stop. I think I like it more than a lot. Takes me back, I'm waiting, da da da.
Oh, that's cute.
Come on, boy, show me the stuff you got. Ooh.
Boy, when has any of this album been about a boy? But I like the texting you back, I'm waiting, dot dot dot, like the little like ellipses thing that you get when you're waiting for someone to text back. That's cute. I love the like switching between them. I think that's really cute.
Dance with you again, run it up, walk it down, rock it back, yeah. I'm just getting started, I can't stop. I think I like it more than a lot. Takes me back, I'm waiting, da da da. Come on, boy, show me the stuff you got. Ooh, slide with me, ride or die with me, put in time with me, I hook you up. Ooh, eyes on me, got your eyes on me, I'm such an icy tree, I keep you some.
Junghyun, you cannot sing things like that to me. Thank you very much. I love this acoustic guitar, by the way. I think it has a nice bounce to it. And again, I think that it adds like a fun sound to the overall song without it being a really over the top like produced thing. Obviously, there's like other electric things going on as well in the instrumentation. But I also think that it's really fun given that they're talking about wanting to like dance instead of talk or have this like big like conversation about what they're feeling, right? It's more about like, being in the moment and go like leaning into that feeling and just like wanting to be with someone and not thinking too much about like the complications of what it means. And I think that's also really fun to have this kind of bouncy sound to the overall song.
Put in time with me, I hook you up. Ooh, eyes on me, got your eyes on me, I'm such an icy tree, I keep you some. When I see that thing shake, that I hit the lotto. Tripping so sweet like a pitch gelato. I can see me in your head tomorrow. Ooh, you know what I wanna do.
She doesn't need to have that vocal tone.
Dance with you again, run it out, work it down, work it back, yeah.
Beautiful little vibrato on her voice there.
With you again, run it up, walk it down, walk it back, yeah. When you slide to the left, to the right. One more
Ooh, wait a second. Did we just have some mixing where it slid from the left side of the mixing to the right and we had that?
dance with you again, run it up, walk it down, walk it back, yeah. When you slide to
Yeah, that's fun.
one more time, do you think till we try? Can I dance with you again, run
Momo, you do not need me to sing like that.
What the back, yeah. Dance with you. Can I dance with you? Dance with you. Can I dance with you?
Ooh, okay, that was a fun little like track as well. And I like that it's talking about, again, like I think of even like the image of gelato, right? Being like they had the icy treat, but it's also something that's like light and fun. And I think that it adds so much to the kind of like just like wanting something that's like without thinking too much about it, right? Like the whole point of this is like, can we dance and like, live in the moment and just like lean into the fact that we feel something regardless of what's going on. And that could be like happiness, that could be other things that are questionable. Again, am I just queer? I don't know. Again, I'm like, I know why I would want a beautiful woman to be saying that to me, but whatever it may be, right? It's just like letting yourself have this moment. And I just want to like dance and have fun and not get stuck on like thinking too hard about what is going on in the world, especially off of going with Right Hand Girl. I'm saying that was like a more of a darker, more intense sound of let's just forget that the rest of the world exists. Whereas this is like a very like summery, upbeat, fun, like it feels very much like a beach day or spending time outside in like the sunshine and not having plans and all of that, right? Does that make sense? Like the vibe of the song very much fits with that. And I think that's such a fun thing to like put in after some of the darker intensity of the previous song. Next song, High hello. That is usually what I say when I panic, because y'all be saying some things that make me be like, I don't know what to do about that. Especially since for some reason, in all of the comebacks from Twice, they're like, there should be crop tops involved. And I'm like, I don't know why that has to continue to be a thing. I'm not mad about it. I'm just not prepared to deal with the consequences. Anyway, hi, hello. Ooh, fun. Synthy.
가끔씩 I'm feeling insecure. Cause we're pushing and we're pulling, but I wanna get this going. 너의 알 수 없는 표정을 보면 overflowing with emotion. 자꾸 가져 호기심이 솔직해져 조금 더.
Mina. Whoa. Okay, first off, I love the like vocal samples that we were getting, the more like electronic sound, especially after we had the acoustic guitar, right, in the previous song. So having something that's very like electric sounds really cool. I like that all of these songs are like so drastically different in terms of the sound of them. I love that they're just like, let's do a little bit of everything because why not? Mina's voice there, gorgeous. I just want to start. Look, it's a 2-minute long song. I can start it again. Like it's vibey already.
I'm feeling insecure. Cause we're pushing and we're pulling, but I wanna get this
I like that it talks about insecure and it starts soft.
Overflowing with emotion. 자꾸 가져 호기심이 솔직해져 조금 더. And I belong to you. You say hi, I say hello. Don't keep me in limbo. 애매한 건 말이 해, don't be shy. Look me in the eye, baby, all you gotta do is say hello. 붉어진 벌, hello. 떨리는 손, hello. 그 뜻은 love, hello, hello, hello. Say it like that. 내가 볼래, I give you a chance like yeah. Better act fast. 망설이는 건 재미없어, ayy.
Okay, look, whoa, okay. There's too much happening. I like the hello repeated. It sounds like it's almost like they maybe recorded like one version of it gets repeated because it sounds like sharper in the way that they're doing it in the mixing. But I think that it sounds really fun. It's almost like this glitch. Like I was saying before, oh, I say hi, hello because I'm panicking about something. And I think it's a similar thing of like you say hi and I'm like, I'm hi, hello, hi. It like repeats because you're just like nervous and you're just making noises because the alternative is to just stare and panic, or is that just me? So I think that's fun to have some of that in there, but also wanting someone to come and talk to you and be honest, say something more than like small talk. So you're trying to gauge, you mean hi? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? So it feels like almost like focusing on it. Like, is this love of hello? Such a cute little like image in this as well. I need Tan to not have that vocal tone though. Okay, her tone, again, I don't need her to sound like that. Either of them. Look, Taeyang and Dahyun are already biases. I need y'all to just like back up and not be talking like this, okay? But especially after we had options. You're talking about how hesitating isn't fun? You had a whole song about how you're allowed to do what you want. You don't have to be tied down by anything. And now you're going to be playing this with me? No. It's like trying to figure out what this person wants and you're like, better act fast. And like, I've already been like talking about you. And even though like you're already my boyfriend, again, boyfriend. When have men been part of the conversation? I ask once again. Because the only time we've talked about them previously in this album, it's been like, who needs men? I like, though, that it's like, you've already made up a whole story where you're trying to figure out what this person means by saying hello. And it's such a simple thing, right? But you're reading more into it. Even the lyrics that like Nayeon sang where it was like, even if it's like vague, right? I'm going to like reading more into something just because you're so hopeful of what something could be. Gorgeous vocal. I do like this whole idea of small talk again. I feel like some of these are like not saying who's singing what part correctly. I know lyric videos are always with a grain of salt anyway, so I go in assuming that's probably going to be something that's not completely correct. But there's like been a few times, and I want to acknowledge it before people get up in my comments testy about it. I understand, okay? I have ears. There's been like a couple times on this one where I'm like, I don't think that's who's singing. But I do like this idea of you're stuck with just like this small talk with somebody and they'll leave me in limbo. Can we get past the part where we're just saying hello to each other? I was thinking before I talked about how you repeat the hello because it's like a nervous thing if you just kind of feeling the noise, but it could also just be like, hey, hello, just come over and talk to me. Like, I'm right here. If you were just a little bit braver and you came up and you talked to me, the answer would be absolutely. Like, just ask me out already. Hello, pay attention, right? So I also love having that like repetition is fun. Love the layered vocals too. Even there, like all of the posts on the voice, like there's a little bit of a like electronic sound overall to this, both in the delivery, like I was saying before, it sounds a little bit like they recorded some of it and it got repeated to be like kind of copy and pasted with like more kind of cut off sounds to it, just to make it have the sharper delivery. But it lends to a bit of a robotic repetition thing. It's almost like Groundhog Day kind of thing, right? Where it's like you feel like you're stuck in the same circle of doing the same thing over and over again. And even having this filter at the end, I feel like I'm talking into a void, or I'm stuck speaking like all the way over here. Even if we're like face to face, I feel like there's some kind of separation here because we're not progressing past just like small talk. Be like a little bit braver and just go for it. If you did, it would turn out well. So maybe just take a chance. If given the consent to do so, I would. Wouldn't we all? Like, if we were allowed to, wouldn't you take a chance? I would, especially after this album. I'm like, hang on a second. But I think it's like a fun little flirty song to have, especially before we're going into like the units and everything. I think that it's fun to as a little bit of like a bridge into some of those things. Battitude. Now this song makes me a little bit nervous because I feel like the title is interesting, but the concept that I feel like is going to come from it makes me nervous for my safety. I also like that before the song came out, we just had the title. Everyone was like, so Momo's gonna be on that one. We're like, ain't no way she's not on a song called Battitude. All these voices together is like a lot for you to also throw at me. I think it's an interesting mix though, like tonally. I think you can get a lot of different things from these four together. Anyway, let's just jump in. It's not gonna become easier the more I procrastinate.
Say it loud, make it work.
Oh, okay. Mina, don't. Was I laughed at again? No, do not do this to me. I like that this is like a full-on like dance club beat already. Same. Okay, first off, y'all can't all be like on the cusp of rap cadences like this, okay? Second, I love how 2000s dance music this sounds. Like, I'm getting flashbacks to 2000s Beyonce, right? Like, it's already giving Who Run the World girls. I'm also gonna need a minute, like the lyrics. I do like the idea of being like, hey, we're gonna act however we want. We're not here to be part of like your expectations of like how we're supposed to behave. Like that, it went out in one ear out the other. If you want to complain about it, go to somebody who actually cares. Which is like crazy. Even though it's the intermission of them. Okay, no, I need to calibrate properly to this. I knew what the name of it, probably the vibe we were gonna get in terms of like theme. I wasn't ready for just the full-on commitment to the bit. Okay. I anyway.
Gonna make a good girl go bad. So what I got it big with the big attitude. You know I got it big with the big attitude. Can we shake the room when we coming through? Baby, I'm not even mad at you. It's my attitude. Na 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 na. What? Na 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 na. What you looking at? Na 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 na. What? Na 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 na.
Miss Mina, I need somebody to come and collect her because again, from Hey Ladies to many instances of her coming for me, she's especially looking like that. I no longer claim responsibility. I can't do it, okay? I know she's one of my biases, but I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Do not whisper at me. I want to talk about some of the lyrics. I like the attitude that we're bringing, which is like the point, right, of the whole song. But just like the performance of it, I think Momo's voice on this is so perfect because she tends to put so much more like tension into her voice. It's a little bit more of this like really forward placement compared to some of the other voices, right? Like I feel compared to the other voices that have been put together for this song, hers has such a like bright pingy sound that I think it fits so well with just this idea of, I don't know, like the exaggeration of how this sounds based like on her natural vocal tone. I just like I think fits so well. And then the I'm not even mad at you, it's my attitude. I think there's so many, two different ways. I think of the you think it's about you but it's not was like an earlier lyric, something like that. It's, oh, you think that this is like anything about what I'm doing or how I'm behaving has anything to do with you. It doesn't. I'm doing what I want because I want, and there's nothing you can do about it. But also because I feel like a lot of getting into some of the commentary of that's not how a girl should behave is if you're not like smiling all the time, right? If you want to make a woman instantly upset with you, tell her to smile more. Like instantly, every single woman is going to like stare death into your soul. So I feel like it's leaning into that of I'm not mad. I'm just like, I guess it's my attitude because I'm not like sitting here smiling and fitting into the perfect image of what you want. Instead, I'm like being loud and having fun and focusing on my own life and what I want, even though like anyway, and the what? So good. I love it. The vibe of the song, wonderful.
The good girl go bad. So what I got it big with the big attitude. You know I got it big with the big attitude. Can we shake the room when we coming through? Baby, I'm not even mad at you. It's my attitude. Na 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 na. What? Na 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 na. What you looking at? Na 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 na. What? Na 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 na.
Don't whisper at me.
You wish now I got you reading my lips. Your eyes like being on my hips. Left to the right. You can do this thing all night. I don't even bite, but I might.
I don't even bite, but I might. I think I'm done with this album. At a certain point, I just gotta tap out. I feel like there was better wordplay in some of the other parts of these songs, but I think that just how well placed that lyric is of all of the build up of, yeah, I'm gonna be doing what I want. I'm not concerned about what you think about me. If you have complaints, tell somebody who cares. And saying, I can play nice, right? I can be a nice person when you're not pushing expectations and trying to force me into a box, right? Even I'm not even mad at you. Like it's not about you, right? So as long as you don't keep trying to force me into that box, I can be perfect. We can have a good time. We can have some fun. But if you push me, I'll bite, right? Don't think I won't fight back. Nayeon on this song, I need her to step back. I need her to leave me alone. Thank you.
You wish now I got you reading my lips. Your eyes like being on my hips. Left to the right. You can do this thing all night. I don't even bite, but I might. Time is good. I know you wanna bring it up, bring it up, bring it over here. I know you wanna feel this heat.
I mean, you should call me out. Thank you.
Them girls don't know how to act. Anyway, got the speakers on blast, tap down in the back, gonna make a good girl go bad. So what?
Do not say make a good girl go bad with vocal fry like that. Again, I need someone to collect Mina. I can't claim responsibility anymore.
Whoa, what's that? Them girls don't know how to act. Anyway, got the speakers on blast, tap down in the back, gonna make a good girl go bad. So what I got it big with the big attitude. You know I got it big with the big
I
attitude.
love the way that she pronounces attitude there.
When we coming through, baby, I'm not even mad at you. It's my attitude. Na 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 na. What? Na 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 na. What you looking at? Na 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 na. What? Na 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 na.
Don't whisper at me. Okay, I love how they're like pronouncing like attitude because they hit that attitude. They just are putting a little bit of this tension into it as well, like drawing out parts of it. And I think that's fun too. It's like emphasizing it of being like, yeah, say I have attitude, go for it. Because I feel like that's such a thing that is like thrown at women specifically, is if they're not fitting into that box, if they're not smiling, if they're not super nice, if they're not accommodating for everyone, like if they're not constantly keeping track of how other people are feeling in a situation and accommodating for that, they're like, wow, they have such an attitude, like they're so difficult to work with, and it's because they didn't smile, because they weren't pretending that they enjoyed this conversation, because they wanted to be doing something other than acknowledging your existence. Oh gosh, attitude, right? So I love that they're just like emphasizing it. They're like, this isn't even about you. Nothing that I'm doing has anything to do with you. And if you're like upset about the fact that you're not an important part of this conversation or what I'm doing, I guess it's just my attitude, right? It's so good. Just gonna play it out. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I love the almost like string sound as well. Like having this really intense like dance beat again to it. It has this feeling of strut, right? Like you can just strut down the street with a song like this. And I love having that, especially for something like this that is very like, I don't know, like empowering, right? Like having this very strong attitude or like confidence in oneself. And I like that it ends with those like group vocals, right? Of saying like all of them together. And if you're going to come at us, it's like, what do you want? Like they were talking about being out with each other, right? Like they were talking about like being out with my girls. So it's like someone else like trying to get in the way, and it's, what do you even want? Like we're out here having fun, minding our business, doing our own thing, and God forbid we don't center you in that situation, and now we have an attitude. Okay, fine, that's okay. What do you want? And I love that. I love that energy, and I think that it fits so well with the rest of this album. We had a couple of songs there where it was talking about like boys and boyfriends, and I was like, men, at what point in this album has that been something that we're talking about? And we've looped back to, we're too busy having fun with the girls to be interested in anything else that you're going to put on us. Whatever expectations you have, it's, I'm sorry, we're off doing our own thing, having fun. Can you back up? Can you like leave us alone? Thank you. But I loved it. And again, I love the mixture of their voices. I think that they have so many like distinct tones from each other. Obviously, like all of Twice has like very distinct tones, but I think that they just have such an interesting mix of their voices that I really like getting like the contrast. Like I really like that Nayeon's voice had a little bit of the softness, like same with Mina's, right? Where there's a little bit of the soft, breathy sound to it, but very different like tones, very different like vibes, characters that they bring to their voices. And Jungkook has such a like rich, darker tone that I think that it contrasts with that really nicely, right? It adds a little bit of weight to some of the stuff that they're singing. And then Momo has such a like distinct, forward, bright, pingy sound to the way that she sings that it just like cuts through a bunch of the production and stuff. So I think that it's such a fun mixture of their voices on this one too. I think this is da-da-da-da. Look, I'm just trying my best. It's so much easier when I don't have to make videos about things, and I'm like, I don't have to know how to pronounce that. My brain could just jumble a bunch of sounds together. But this one's gonna be a lot because it's like my biases and like the main problems. I say that like they aren't all problems, but I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not good.
It's that ooh.
No.
I'm a workout, yeah. I'm good on a help. I keep all of them hooked like a belt. Skirt so short it looked like a belt. Don't need you, I do it for myself. I'm that. And they double tap cause I'm so cutesy. I'm that. Had to say twice, I don't use the term loosely.
Okay, one thing. You rhymed like a belt with like a belt. Negative points for that. Points reinstated for skirt so short it looked like a belt. That's a crazy lyric to just drop at the very beginning of this. But like, don't need you, I do it for myself. Love that energy. Like the whole energy of this whole album has been like that of I do what I want because that's who I am. And if you have a problem with it, cry to somebody who cares. The like double tap because I'm so cutesy. I beg your pardon. She's not wrong, to be fair. They double tap because I'm so cutesy and they even had to say it twice, right? Twice group, but also like double tap twice. I just need a moment.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
It's that ooh.
Those sounds did not need to come out of your mouth.
I'm good on a help. I keep all of them hooked like a bell. Skirt so short it looked like a bell. Don't need you, I do it for myself. I'm that. And they double tap cause I'm so cutesy. I'm that. Had to say it twice, I don't use the term loosely. It's just a lifestyle babe can't replicate. I've been that girl. They want the tea on me, don't worry about it. Baby, that's that, ooh. It don't really matter what I do, cause I got that, ooh. Every time I step up in the room, they say,
Yeah. No, I don't know if I'm built to listen to this whole album. I think I might just be too queer for this comeback. I think I like women too much. I like the confidence from Tsui's part of been that girl, right? Like, I've always been the one that everyone wants to talk about because, yeah, she has, right? Like, star power for a long time. And then the way that Sana sang that, I need her to not do that. I need her to not do that. I am going to listen to it again, though, for no particular reason whatsoever.
it's just a lifestyle babe can't replicate. I've been that girl. They want the tea on me, don't worry.
I love the, like, lower harmony it's happening, too. There doesn't even be reverb on it, too. From the tippy to the hippie to the shoes is a crazy line. I love the little vocal run that we got at the beginning of that line too from Zio. Gorgeous. I can't keep doing this. I can't. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to be reined in.
Can you match that? Baby, I can throw you, but you never ever catch that. Kitty cat. If you give me something, then let me see no flashback.
I can't do this. This isn't even the one that I was like, I'm gonna have such a problem with. I can't, okay. I can't have them making those sounds. And I can't have Taeyong purring at me. I can't, I don't have anything productive to say that I'm allowed to share with the internet.
Can you match that? Baby, I can throw you, but you never ever catch that. Kitty cat. If you give me something, then let me see no flashback. Ocean, the pressure, they're like, oh my god. And look at my aura, they say, oh la la. I got it, they like it, the Genesis is cross. You do what you told, then I do what I want. It's just a lifestyle break.
Ooh, okay, first off, fun way of having these slant rhymes in that. Do not just throw a random French in, okay? We've talked about how my francophone is just... Hang on. I usher that pressure.
Can you match that? Baby, I can throw you, but you never ever catch that. Kitty cat. If you give me something, then let me see no flashback. Ocean, the pressure, they're like, oh my god. And look at my aura, they say, oh la la. I got it, they like it, the Genesis is cross. You do what you told, then I do what I want. It's just
I think the do what you told, I do what I want. I'm sorry, just the way that she dug into like her chest voice, gorgeous. Like the tone that she gave us. And I also was saying, I like that you do what you're told, I do what I want. Some of the lyrics in terms of the grammar or the leading into some dialect things do make me a little bit of side-eye. But this idea of you're doing what society is telling you, or like you're doing what you feel like you have to, you're giving into the pressure, right? Whereas I'm doing my own thing, I'm breaking through those expectations, I'm not trying to conform to what people are looking for, I'm making the trends, not following them, right? So I like having that as part of this, of like people are going to have a bunch of thoughts and ideas and like judgments for me, especially after something like Battitude, right? Which is like a similar vein of I don't need your expectations, right? Like I'm doing what I want, and if I don't meet the expectations you've decided for me, that's fine. I'm going to be my own person. Very similar thing here of I'm not going to fit into what you want because I'm too busy being the start of the trend, right? I'm too busy having people talk about me all the time.
Don't worry
No.
Every time I step up in the room, they say, cause I got that, from the tippy to the hippie to the shit. Yeah, I got that.
I do like all the layers that we got up there though, like all the ad libs and things that were going on with it. Saved me like a little bit with Sui.
It don't really matter what I do, cause I got that.
No.
Every time I step up in the room,
None of these sounds.
from the tippy to the hippie to the shit. Yeah, I got that. Baby, I got something that you can buy, and you couldn't do it like me, not if you try. Just remain and know what I do.
I am.
Cause I got that, I got that. Baby, that's that.
No, sing it again.
I got something that you can buy, and you couldn't do it like me, not if you try.
Just ascending for a second.
And know what I do, 'cause I got that, I got that. Baby, that's that, that, ooh. It don't really matter what I do, 'cause I got that, I got that, that. Every time I step up in the room, they say, ain't nobody do it like you. Better take, 'cause I got that, that. From the tippy to the hippie to the shit. Yeah, I got that. It's that, ooh.
Do not giggle at me right at the end. All right. I don't think I did well with that one. At a certain point, I feel like my brain was just like, I don't have anything I'm allowed to share externally. There are certain things that I would like to keep in the privacy of my own mind. I'm especially not going to share with the entirety of the internet. That was a lot. That was a lot for y'all to all throw at me at once. I like the sentiment. I like the theme. Again, I think it fits in of like women empowerment of I'm not going to again fit into what is expected of me, and they're playing off some of those expectations of even if it's I've always been that girl, like even like they want the tea on me, right, of saying everyone wants to have something to talk about with me, whether or not it's positive or negative, like they all want to be talking about me because I'm that girl, right? And I love having that attitude in this. And also even them like leading into some of the more like sensual stuff in the song, I think is also playing off of that, because a lot of like their earlier career, like I've talked about like previously in the album, was like focused more on those love songs and like cutesy and very much like girl pop kind of sound, and they've matured a lot since then, and they've done lots of other things in their music. But I think that there's definitely probably a lot of people who are like, you should have just continued to do that, or like, why are you like dressing this way or singing that way or talking about these topics or whatever. And they're like, I can do whatever I want and you're gonna love me anyway. And even if you don't love me, you're still gonna be talking about me because I'm that girl, right? Like you're not gonna be able to escape the impact that I have. So I love having that energy for this too, of I'm gonna do whatever I want, however I want, because what are you gonna do? I create the trends anyway, so everyone's gonna follow after me. So everyone's gonna be paying attention. And I love having that vibe to this song, especially given all the other topics that they've covered in this album so far. I feel like those last two songs are what lifted this up for me. I'm not saying I don't like Peach Gelato and Hi Hello. I do really like those songs, but I feel like they deviate a little bit from what we were getting. Like I feel like the first few tracks had such a strong vibe together, such strong like thesis of what the album was gonna be. And I just feel like there's like a few things in those two songs that kind of deviate a little bit out of it, and we got back on track with the unit things. So I think that it's a little bit, I don't know, again, I like those songs. There are things in them that I really like. I just feel like within the context of the album, they feel a little bit out of place. And maybe that'll change if I get some of the other songs right later on in the album, that maybe it'll pull all of that together. But at the moment, it feels, again, I like the songs. I don't know if they should have been on this album. Does that make sense? But the last couple do make me question a lot of things. There are live performances of stuff, aren't there? Like that, I keep reminding myself, I'm like, wait, what has performances? What has choreo? Because that makes me more nervous. Even not having choreo even makes me more nervous, because at least when there's choreo, they're like contained to what they're supposed to be dancing to. When we let them go however they want, that's usually when things happen. I feel like we go off script and we're like improvise something. I'm like, anything could happen now. You can't give Sun a song like that and then tell her she can do whatever she wants during a performance. We all know how that will turn out. I've been staying away from a bunch of this stuff for this until I had listened to the actual album, so I haven't fully investigated all of the things that are there for like performances and all that. but I feel like it'd be such fun to see this with the concerts. I think that they have such a good vibe for a live performance that I think it'll be so much fun for the people that are getting to see it in concert. But I do think I need them to chill out though. I feel like this album is like a little bit too much for me. Just as someone who is attracted to women, I'm like, I need y'all not to sing lyrics like that. I know it's not directed to me, but it's in my direction, and I don't appreciate that. Okay, so it's been interesting so far, but I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this playlist to go into my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to me next time I post a Twice reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.